Hello and blessings, it's Teresa. I just have a quick word that I heard from the Lord this morning at about 4 a.m. I heard, do you want to be right and have stress? Or do you want to be righteous and be in peace? The peace that surpasses understanding. I would say that this is the summary of what I've been going through. I've been sharing a little bit about my path with stress-induced illness, healing trauma, neuroplastic symptoms, and I'm still in it. I've been going through some incredible trials the last week, but I understand it's all God, and He's training me up to bring forth a word in a ministry through this YouTube channel. I haven't been clear about that, but as God works, He really makes it clear. And there's a saying, our misery becomes our ministry. Our trauma becomes our testimony. And that's exactly what's happening. So the lesson that I'm getting now from the Lord in my mind, my heart, but also my will, my emotions, literally in my neurological system, my entire being, is that we can be right, that others are wrong, or in any other way right. I am the judge of good and evil, so forth. Or we can be righteous, which is submitted to God's will and resting in Him, having faith in Him, yielding our own judgment and obeying His statutes, which the hardest of doing, I think, for most people is forgiving those who have hurt us. That's the season the Lord is taking me through, the lessons. Trauma usually happens to people because someone or someones have done something that has really hurt us. There's been an injustice. Trauma can also happen from accidents, of course. But even in that case, we could be judging and feeling offended by the circumstances that led to an accident. My point is that forgiveness, forgiving the debts of those who owe us recompense or justice, is required if the Lord is going to forgive us. And coming up into Yom Kippur this year, Yom Kippur is all about repenting, atoning for sin, and the Lord forgiving us as He did with the Hebrews that one day of the year, which would determine whether they would live for another year or the Lord would judge them and take them out. Big deal. So God always works on He's still working in His seasons, His festivals. He's still working on Yom Kippur and Passover and Feast of Tabernacles and Pentecost, First Fruits. He's still working in all these times. And if we're observant and we're obedient, then He will work through us and our lives at those times too. So anyway, here I am. I survived a massive trial this past few weeks. I will share later more, but the point is, yes, trauma healing with God is so much more than I realized. And, yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil, for He is with us. His rod and His staff, they comfort us. Years ago, the Lord gave me a revelation about the rod and the staff comforting us. A shepherd uses a rod to prod the sheep forward out of trouble, keeping them safe, and he uses a staff or a crook to pull them out of trouble, as sheep are known to get themselves into trouble. The shepherd's job is to protect them. The sheep doesn't like being prodded or yanked, I'm sure, but that's the discipline of the Lord. So, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I think means that facing my own sin nature that is at odds with God, that wants its own way, that will lead me into destruction, judgment, eternal damnation, and certainly futility, at the very least. And so his rod and his staff, his discipline, comforts me. Not always when I'm in it, if I don't realize it's him, but it is him. And the other side is there's always victory and glory. So, yeah, that's a word, eh? That is a word. So do we want to be right and have stress? Or do we want to be righteous and have peace? The peace that surpasses understanding. Blessings. Blessings, blessings. Thank you. Amen.